power. Pitching. Defense. Clutch hitting. And gas all fueled the Sox to their first victory of 2015. And Chris Sale makes his first start of the year next, right here on Comcast Sportsnet. We are coming to you from the city beautiful Chicago, Illinois, where this afternoon Comcast Sportsnet presents White Sox baseball. It's obviously El Garcia, Jose Abreu, Alexi Ramirez and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Paul Molitor's Minnesota Twins. Hi, everybody, and welcome. With Steve Stone, I'm Ken Harrell, since we get set to bring you the finale of this three-game set, and it will be the rubber match. They won the opener 6-0. Then yesterday, Jeff Samardzija gave up 4 runs in the second inning. Boy, he just buckled down after that, shut him down completely. He won that ball game 5-4. That was a big comeback win yesterday, thanks to Samardzija. But this afternoon, our ace, Chris Sale on the bump.
This is a great matchup, Chris Sale and Phil Hughes. And if you look at the numbers against each respective team, you'll realize that they're two tough customers. It's wonderful to see Chris back out on the mound. He's probably going to have a 90 to 100 pitch limit today, but they're not too concerned about it as he used all of his stuff in his minor league stints. Take a look at these numbers. Phil Hughes, 4-4, his ERA under 3. Struck out 60, walked only 10. That's remarkable. Chris Sale, 6-1 lifetime. 2.45 ERA. He struck out 68, walked only 11. So when you have those kind of numbers against one another, you'd expect a low-scoring game. But baseball being utterly unpredictable, we'll have to see how it plays out.
Well, besides Samardzija yesterday, we had some other new faces chip in.
It really helped to have guys new to the ball club chip in and stop the losing streak. So yesterday, Adam LaRoche hit a home run. Giovanni Soto hit a home run, went 2 for 3. J.B. Shuck, the game-winning RBI single to left field. Zach Duke out of the pen along with David Robertson. They were both brilliant. Robertson, 1, 2, 3, all strikeouts, preserving the victory. So you'd have to say it was a very successful day yesterday. Let's follow it up today.
Great concept. All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
Sportsnet is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all. Audi, truth in engineering. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. And by Toyota. See where Toyota takes you. Test drive one at your Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back to beautiful U.S. Cellular Field. And let's take a look at how Paul Molitor is going to line up his Twins against Chris Sale today. Danny Santana leading it off, and it's Dozier and Mauer at the top with Hunter, Plouffe, and Escobar in the middle. Suzuki, Nunez, and Robinson round it out. The defense and how they'll line up behind Chris Sale, left to right, Melky Cabrera, Adam Eaton, and Abisail Garcia. In the infield, Connor Gillespie, Alexei Ramirez, Micah Johnson, and Jose Abreu. Tyler Flowers will handle the duties behind the plate. And our Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher is Chris Sale. And it's wonderful to see him back on the mound, missing just a few early days of this season. Last year, 12-4. His ERA, 2.17. He missed some starts. If he hadn't, there's a good chance that he might have nailed down a Cy Young Award. He certainly will have one in the future. And the umpires for the game this afternoon: Sam Holbrook behind the plate, Bill Welke at first, James Hoy at second, and John Hirschbeck at third. So we're ready to play baseball. I'm ready to turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Ken Harrelson.
Hi, Steve. Thank you. And once again, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball. And the first pitch of the ball game from our 6'6", 180-pound southpaw is over for a strike. Santana comes in, hitting at 125 with an RBI. And that ball in the center field hit pretty well. Adam Eaton, though, is there. 2 pitches and 1 out.
I think we're seeing early that the ball is going to carry to straightaway center and right center field. And Chris has got to have a whole lot of adrenaline, but he didn't show it to the first hitter. Throwing a straight change at second pitch would lead you to believe that he's got everything well under command.
So here's Dozier hitting at 190, a homer he's driven in a pair. He's 5 for 19 lifetime off Chris with a couple of home runs. Ryan 3 for 10 in this series. Fouls that back. That pitch at 97. Up high, another one at 97, and the count 1-2.
Outfield very much straight away. The infield playing Dozier as a dead pull hitter.
Dozier 23 home runs last year. Connor 2 down. So 2 out to the 31-year-old veteran, Joe Mauer. Mauer 1 for 6 in the series. Outfield slightly to the left. First time Joe Mauer faced Chris Sale was the worst I have ever seen Mauer look at the plate.
I remember the sweeping sliders that he'd never seen before. He missed him by a couple of feet.
There's a strike.
But he wasn't the last that Chris made look bad, especially guys who swing it from the left side.
Well, Mauer is 5 for 21 against him. Make it 6 for 22. With that, the 2-out single. Here is the right fielder, Torrey Hunter. Torrey 1 for 6 in the series. Flips that one foul. And souvenir time. Here at the ballpark, 3:35. Check that, 3:30 down the lines. Actually, 3:35 and right. 3:75 in the gaps and 400 straightaway center. That one at 96 up high.
The Twins brought Hunter back to do a couple of different things. Number one, they still believe, after having a productive year last year, that he's got some left. They also realize how good he is in the clubhouse, and they've got a few young players, both here and coming here, that they'd love him to work with.
Gas, he gone. And that'll retire the side after a half inning of play. There guys nothing, and the good guys coming to bat.
Who's going to line up our Sox for the game this afternoon? It's going to be Adam Eaton leading it off with Melky Cabrera in the 2 spot. Jose Abreu, Adam LaRoche the DH, Avisail Garcia, Alexi Ramirez, Connor Gillespie, Tyler Flowers, and Micah Johnson rounding it out. The defense and how they'll line up behind Phil Hughes, left to right. The shortstop, Eduardo Nunez playing left field. Shane Robinson in center, Torrey Hunter in right. Then it's Escobar, Santana, Dozier, and Plouffe in the infield, with Kurt Suzuki behind the plate. And on the mound, Phil Hughes. 1 walk in 6 innings, the first time out. He did allow a couple of home runs last year. 16-10 for a very bad Twins team. He was the #1 draft choice of the New York Yankees some 11 years ago. He's got great stuff. He is the ace of this staff. Let's see if the Sox can take advantage of him today.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours as Adam Eaton fouls that fastball back. Oh, 2 the count. Adam 1 for 8 in the series.
Hughes is a fastball cutter pitcher. He will show you the slow curve on occasion. And oh, what control he does have. Last year, he set a major league record for the highest strikeout to walk ratio, 11.63 strikeouts for every walk. He only walked 16. And that was the fewest in club history for any Twins starter going over 200 innings.
Count hangs to the ball in 2 strikes. Finale of the series and this brief 3-game homestand. Off day tomorrow, then Tuesday and Wednesday we'll tee it up in Cleveland. Finish it off with 3 in Detroit. That little pop up, Santana. So with one out, let's check out our first play this afternoon. Jim Angio, our director of crew, wants Alexi. See, he's going with Cabrera and Jeff Shure and all the great folks at Ditka's and I. We're going to go with Connor Gillespie. Here is Cabrera. Hitting at 150. Sox offense will be off to a very slow start, hitting at 219. We'll check that 216 as a club. Well, Minnesota, same way, hitting at 195. Smokes that one right back through the middle.
There's one thing that has to happen if the Sox lineup is going to score big runs, and that is the table setters to set the table. Adam Eaton off to a slow start, as is Melky. But these two guys are going to hit because they always have. And when they do, Abreu, LaRoche, and Garcia are going to drive in some big runs. So this is a promising sign that Melky might be coming out of it.
And looming at the donkey end of that trio is Alexei Ramirez, who's going to knock in some big runs.
He was tied for the major league lead in RBIs for spring training. I assume as long as the weather stays as mild as it is, Alexei should be off to a pretty good start.
Cabrera, a decent lead.
Hughes' best year, 2010 with the Yankees. He was 18-8. He had a good year in 2012 at 16-13. In some ways, last year, the most remarkable, 3.52 ERA and 16-10 with a woeful Twins ball club.
In and out of the mezzanine. So they count 0-2. Suzuki is good.
One thing he couldn't do, and he blocks pitches well because he's got good mobility. One of the most mobile catchers left to right than we've seen, but he doesn't throw out base stealers very often. And the Tigers in the first series went 4 for 4 against the combination of Twins pitching and catching. Suzuki was at 25% last year, and that's under league average.
Has a base hit in the right field. Cabrera, he's going to make the turn. Torrey Hunter with the throw. It's cut off. So one out runners at the corner.
And this was certainly stressed in the meeting before this series started. If Torrey Hunter's playing right field, gone are the days when he has a big arm. So when you get a chance, even if he charges a ball aggressively, you have to take the extra base. And a good heads-up play by Melky. He didn't even stop. You see how aggressive Torrey Hunter was getting to the ball, but he doesn't have a right fielder's arm anymore.
That'll bring up Adam. LaRoche's first homer coming yesterday, opposite field shot. And there's a base hit. Abreu's going to make a turn. Now, here's the throw, and they're going to get him. So it's 1-0 Sox.
For Adam, the second run batted in, and Nunez is a shortstop, meaning he's got a pretty good arm, probably better than average for a left fielder. He puts it right on the money, and Escobar puts the tag on. It's okay to make that second out at third base. And this This team is shown to be a hustling ball club on the bases. They're always looking for the extra base. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's what we're looking for, rather than the last 10 years or so.
90
passive.
90 at a time?
90, 90, and 90. That was it. That was the formula. Ivy. Good rip. Fouls it back. Ivy 2 for 4 yesterday. So he's 2 for 6 in the series.
First time the Sox have scored in the first inning. It would be a nice trend to continue.
1-2.
One thing you do know about Hughes is, although he's a good pitcher, he's always going to be around the plate. And many times that makes for a comfortable at bat, knowing certainly that that man on the mound knows exactly where he's going to put every pitch.
Made a pretty good pitch right there, and a good job to spoil it. 2-2. Lays off that breaking ball. So a full count.
Now we'll see if Plouffe is told to move back behind. And LaRoche is not a speed burner, so he is a couple steps behind him at first base. Get a little better angle if Javi decides to go that way.
Another good pitch made by Hughes, and another good job by Avi. Hughes, a big man, 6'5", 250, out of Tustin, California. Right here on all 4 base hit. They're making him work. They're making Mr. Hughes work here in the first inning. This will be pitch number 23 coming up.
And this, at the very least, a 9-pitch at bat to Garcia.
Shot. What a nice at bat by Garcia. So Adam will make the turn. 2 out, runners at the corners, and that'll bring up Alexei.
4 straight hits. That fastball was on the inner third, and it was down. Avi got one he could handle after spoiling some excellent pitches low and away, kept the at bat alive, putting runners at the corners.
So Alexei comes in. He's 6 for 23 lifetime with a homer off Hughes. Alexei 1 for 4 yesterday and 0 for 3 in the opener. Breaking ball high.
It's safe to say this offense has not gotten off to quick starts in the previous 5 games. In fact, the Sox had a grand total of 2 hits in the first inning in the previous 5 to go with those 4 here in the first today.
Good eye, good check, 2-0.
You had to look at Todd Steverson, the hitting coach, who's very happy with continuation hitting, situational hitting, and I think what he likes, as any hitting coach will, is how many long at-bats Sox hitters have had this year. Markedly different than in the previous few years.
That ball hit hard. It's going to one-hop the wall. So they're going to hold now. Ivy at third on the double by Alexei, and then it's a 2-0 ball club. Don't stop now, boys.
RBI number 3, and this fastball low and in. Didn't have a whole lot on it. But Alexei, he does love the mild temperatures to start the season, and that's going to bring out Neil Allen, as his ace right-hander has given up 5 straight hits and surprisingly trailing just 2-0. Well, if you've got a good catcher, you're pretty happy about it. If you have a good defensive catcher, you're even happier. If you have a guy that can do both and command respect, got yourself a good one. And the Indians just put their catcher, Yan Gomes, on the disabled list. He got his knee taken out on a play at the plate in the 9th inning of the game yesterday. They'll know more when they see an MRI, but they immediately disabled him. And for the Indians, that is a big blow.
Yes, it is. So here's Connor. Takes first pitch fastball strike. Garner has faced Hughes 6 times, has a couple of hits. He was 3 for 4 yesterday. Good check. 1-1. Goes after the high heater. Gonna make him get it down. 1-2. Got him. He knew it. But Sox pick up a pair on 5 hits. And we'll go to the second, leading 2-0.
Sox baseball here on Comcast Sportsnet. I talked to head athletic trainer Herm Schneider before the game about some of the things that Chris Sale did to get back on the mound quickly. It's a unique treatment that he underwent. It was called PEMF, Pulsed Electromagnetic Field. Now, it's not exactly your average electric stimulation. It inducts electricity right to the spot of the injury. Herm told me that Sale used it twice a day for about 3.5 weeks and that he really enjoyed it. But to be fair, one of the reasons that Sale is back on the mound right now, they never stopped throwing this spring. He went from his knees to 1 foot to a foamed pad, then he went to the spikes. That progression means that his arm strength was maintained all spring long, and that's why he was able to make his debut, just missing the 1 start. Guys, back up to you.
All right, Jen, thank you. And top of the 2nd inning, Trevor Plouffe against Chris Sale. Takes first pitch strike. Trevor 1 for 6 in the series, and the count 0-2. Chris getting it and throwing it. Get him in that rhythm and keep him in it. Big on. Change up.
If Sam Holbrook's going to give him that one, it's going to be a tough afternoon for Twin hitters. That ball was low and away, might have had a little piece of the corner. A perfect pitcher's pitch. And as you can see, maybe just ticking the outside corner. 87-mile-an-hour changeup, and Chris has got everything over the plate.
So here's Escobar at Eduardo. 3 for 7 lifetime against Chris. Takes first pitch strike. That one at 89.
It's not just the stuff. Chris Sale has great stuff, but that's not it, because usually that's not enough. It's deception. And because he is so long and lanky, and because he throws from, just about halfway, 3/4, it's hard to pick the ball up.
Get over there. Don't have to. 2 down.
Join us at U.S. Cellular Field for an exciting 2015 White Sox baseball season. The Pick 7 plan offers fans a flexible 7-game plan that features savings off the individual game ticket prices. Pick 7 plans start as low as $55 per plan. For tickets or more information, visit whitesox.com or call 312-674-1000.
Kurt Suzuki faced Chris 11 times and has 4 hits. Takes first pitch strike. That one at 95. Easiest with 95 you ever want to see. Just off the corner.
Suzuki has been a constant thorn in the Sox pitcher's side, especially last year. Just was a remarkable year. He was waving a magic wand.
He did the same thing in that Oakland uniform.
Yeah, he was very dangerous against our Sox pitchers. Not with the long ball, although he hit a couple. But just making contact all the time.
A little bit high. He hit that game winner out at the Coliseum a few years ago.
Eduardo Nunez in the on-deck circle. I remember him from his Yankee days.
2 out. And here's the payoff. That ball hit hard. But we got a man there, and that'll retire the side. So that is a 1-2 inning, and he leads it 2-0.
And he made 2 completely different deliveries. Now this was the second last pitch of the inning. Watch. Hands stay down. Misses with it. Now watch this. Watch what he does here. Watch his hands. Back over his head and then back down. Throws a high fastball, gets the last out of the inning. That's really a radical difference for Chris Sale. I'm wondering if he's going to do that to aid in deception, or if it was just an inspiration that came upon him.
It was an epiphany.
Because
Epiphany.
I haven't seen him do that very often.
We're talking about that for all our Greek friends out there. Christos Anesti, Elithos Anesti. Happy Easter.
And a happy Greek Easter to you and Eris, your
Thank you very
lovely
much.
bride.
Flowers. Fowler hitting at 250 with a homer. He's knocked in 3. Just tuning in. 2 runs on 5 hits, no errors for our guys. No runs on 1 hit. Joe Mauer single up the middle. Muscles that one, but not far enough.
Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller time later in the game. It's brought to you by Miller Lite.
Here's Micah Johnson. Takes it up high.
Micah has shown he can bunt to the third base side. I'd like to see him occasionally try to drag one. Reason being, you've got a very good swingman at third in Escobar, but you've got a third baseman at first in Trevor Plouffe.
Well, the first thing that Micah has got to do to even scratch his potential is learn how to lay off the high fastball on top of the zone.
You don't mind seeing your speed burners hit fly balls. I know he will hit an occasional home run, but that's not his game, or shouldn't be his game.
Not a whole bunch of sinker slider pitchers around anymore. It used to be the norm. Now it's the exception. He's got to have a thought process of probably 85 to 90% of the guys he's going to face. Make him get it now.
Well, Hughes, who has very good control, has thrown every pitch in the sequence up.
And that's what they want him to do, put it in the air. And that ball is dropped. Nunez, who is a shortstop and an infielder. And that's what Chris Sale will get you. Guys playing out of position.
Wind a huge factor. And Nunez, who probably isn't used to the wind in this ballpark, especially looking at it from left field, goes over, seemingly going to make the catch easily. Well, didn't work out that way. And Micah kept going. This is good hustle. He's thinking, okay, he might catch it, but if he doesn't, I'm going to wind up at third base.
So the infield is brought in for Adam Eaton with one down. First pitch strike. Very quickly, the count 0-2. They can get it down. Last year, runners in scoring position hit 355.
Hughes is doing something right now that I'm not sure is a good idea in this situation. That is throwing a lot of pitches up in the zone. Your infield is in. You want a ground ball. A cutter in would probably yield one.
They're going to come to the plate and they're going to get it.
Escobar plays such a good defense regardless of where you put him. Got a strong arm, and he cuts down Micah at the plate.
So here's Cabrera. Single and run scored last inning.
Adam taking a long look at Joe McEwing.
So we get a break, cannot take advantage of it as he drops that ball. And the breaks go on.
Looked like instead of catching it, he tried to almost swipe it down. He's got this one easily, calls for it. And never really has a glove on it.
Put his right hand up in front of his face.
I've seen a lot of outfielders do that. You don't expect that from Escobar.
So here's Abreu. He singled. Big rip right there, just underneath it. Mercy.
The Hall of Famer Paul Molitor, who was a very good defender and a very aggressive base runner, probably not too enthused with the defense behind Phil Hughes.
Molitor, one of the best fastball hitters to ever play this game.
He was the second pick in the country behind Harold Baines.
Runners at the corners, 2 down, 1-2 the count to Abreu.
Here's a look at Harold. Pretty good draft at the top with Harold and Paul Molitor at 1 and 2.
Softly hit up the middle. Santana, they get to force on Cabrera. Well, so we get a couple of breaks in that inning. Cannot do it, but we'll go to the third, leading 2-0.
Is Ryan McGuffey, the senior executive producer of Comcast Sportsnet. And Ryan, congratulations. You did just an excellent job on Believe, which is a story of the 2005 White Sox, their winding trail to the World Series. And tell me a little bit of how it came about.
Well, I think the anniversary is a natural reason to do the show, but once we started collectively getting an interview or 2 or 3, then it became, okay, let's get this story on the road and let's figure out the best timing for it. Who do we definitely need? Who are the pillars of this story? And once we started kind of identifying those pieces, everything kind of fell into place.
There's a wonderful actor and a wonderful talent by the name of Mandy Patinkin, and somehow, some way, you got him to narrate this, which to me is a coup. How did you wind up getting him?
You try to get people who are White Sox fans, and Mandy grew up on the South Side, went to Kenwood Academy, I believe, and once it actually got to him, past the PR people and some up to the higher chains, he requested a copy of the script, and within 24 hours had agreed to do it.
It's somewhat amazing when you look at all that went into that year. How long did it take you to make this, and how many interviews do you have?
Yeah, we did 25 interviews. I think there's 21 in the show, and there's 14 months worth of interviewing and and grabbing video and B-roll and putting a timeline together. So, yeah, it took the better part of a year.
And the showing is going to be this evening, I believe?
7 o'clock tonight is the debut. 7 to 8:30. It's a 90-minute premiere. And at 8:30, we will re-rack it and do it again. So if you miss it at 7 for any reason, you can do it again at 8:30. Set your DVRs.
We're going to talk to you a little bit more. We'd like you to sit with us. And Chris Sale's in a bit of a jam.
Nunez is second, nobody out. And here's Shane Robinson. He's a center fielder. Just a rolling breaking ball right there to Nunez. And a hustle double. Javi is short out there in right field. Corners in close.
Well, my partner was front and center for the 2005 World Series championship season. And did you learn anything through all of those interviews that you might not have known before?
I learned some stuff from the guy right here to my left. Ironically, that you bring that up, but some of the best stories are from Hawk. Hawk kind of lays some of the groundwork for the early portions of that season with the AJ, how the White Sox acquired and went out and signed AJ Pierzynski. Hawk Harrelson is a big part of that.
Dennis the Menace, number 2, is AJ.
It was great, though, to have I interviewed Hawk first, and then to go interview other people like Kenny and Ozzie and AJ after the fact to kind of put those pieces together. They kind of just all picked up off of each other, and it was great. I mean, those are when you walk into an AJ Pierzynski interview and you already know some of the background story, you can get right into that background with AJ without digging it out of him.
And it's a 90-minute special. Tell us again what time it airs, and will there ever be a re-airing?
It will air tonight at 7 o'clock is the debut, and it airs right afterwards at 8:30. So we will do a back-to-back. 7 to 10 tonight will be 2 airings, I believe. And it will also re-air throughout the season. We're going to look at doing it again. And it's going to re-air multiple times through April and May, but we also will do it again when it makes sense. The team's celebrating the 10-year anniversary, obviously, in July. And then again in October 26th, we'll do it again on the anniversary of the actual winning of the World Series.
Well, the way I look at it, too, Ryan, is the fact that that's you just cutting your teeth on this one, because in the next year or two, I think you're going to get another one ready for us.
You know what? I'm kind of with you on that. And the personalities, some of the guys on this team, and I think you guys will be able to pick me up on this, relate to those 05 guys. I mean, those 05 guys, they were likable, not just because they won, but Aaron Rowan and Joe Creedy, Burley and Canerico, a lot of likable guys on that team.
Santana lines that one down, so Nunez is going to score, and it's a 2-1 ball game. Now Santana's going to pull up at second.
With guys like Adam Eaton in the fold here for the next 4, 5, 6 years, Abreu, Sale and Samardzija, you got guys that are likable on and off the field. So I'm with you. If they can put one together here,
it's
we might have another story.
Good ball club. And here is Dozier, who grounded out to Gillespie. Well, one of the big stories, too, you were well aware of now after doing your research, was what A.J. and Rowan did for Creedy and pulling him out of his shell. I've never seen a guy more introverted, so to speak, than Joe was, and all of a sudden they made it a mission to get him out, and they did. And Joe had one heck of a year.
That's a great point. People, when Joe was a player here, he wasn't, let's say, the best interview because there just wasn't a lot for him to say. But as you watch this show, you'll see he's a star of this show, because those 3 amigos, or whatever you want to call them, the 3 Stooges, I believe they nicknamed themselves. They definitely brought it out of Joe Creedy.
Joe was one of those guys. He'd get to the ballpark, get undressed, put his shower shoes on, shorts, T-shirt, get the paper, go in the food room, sit down and work the crossword puzzle. That was his MO every day. Wouldn't smile, wouldn't talk or anything else. And when AJ and Aaron got finished with him, couldn't shut him up.
I was the same way. When I sat down with him, I figured this will be 10 minutes, 10, 12 minutes. 41 minutes later, we're still going.
Really?
41 minutes with Joe Creedy.
Oh,
yeah.
That's hard to believe.
I think that's the amount of total time he spent in interviews in 10 years in the South Side. So
he and Harold
yeah.
Baines, Harold used to be like that. And still is.
He is, yeah.
1-2 the count right here. To a tough customer at the plate, Brian Dozier. And once again, that's going to air tonight. And immediately thereafter, again.
So many great stories, obviously, in that postseason run. It's great when they win a World Series, but some of the things that happened. The El Duque game, AJ's drop third strike, 4 straight complete games in the ALCS. Canerico's grand slam, Pod's walk-off, Blum's home run.
He gone big. Gas upstairs. Well, I'll never forget the the El Duque game. Boston comes in there, bases loaded, and I'm saying, don't do it, Ozzie. Don't bring him in. I'm sitting, don't bring him in. All of a sudden, he gets the 3-2 on Johnny Damon with a sax pack. I told my wife, I said, if he throws him a breaking ball down and in, he cannot lay off of it. And that's what it was. And he struck him out. And it was just El Duque. You talking about some stones. He had some stones.
And we actually got El Duque for this show. And what he describes a mound meeting. It wasn't at Damon, but right before that, Graffinino, he had a 3-2 count. And he kept shaking AJ off on a fastball. Kept shaking him off, calls him out to the mound and says, I want to throw a curveball. And AJ's, are you crazy? So we get into that sequence and how it all happened.
Good. Mauer can't get it. Well, Ryan, we heard it's a terrific show, and you had to do your homework to get it.
Well, I really appreciate doing the interview back in last May. So it's been a year since you and I sat down. So tells you how long we've been doing it. But I really appreciate you guys having us up here and promoting the show tonight.
Can't wait to see it, buddy.
Thank you.
I'm McGuffey. Senior producer for Comcast Sportsnet. Spent more than a year gathering that information and all the interviews. 1 in, 1 on, 2 out, and the 2-1 pitch. Grabs the outside corner. Mauer just gives a little double take.
Not a bad pitch, actually. It's in a good spot. It's got a piece of the plate.
Well,
it came over the plate, a strike.
Like Hirschbeck. This is, again, we had a terrific umpired series in Kansas City, even though we got swept, and same thing here. Reached back, tried to get a little extra on that. 97. He gone. And that'll retire the side. But they do pick up one. We'll go to the bottom of the third. 2-1, good guys. And a reminder, tomorrow, Jimmy Butler and our Bulls finish up the road portion of their regular season schedule against the Brooklyn Nets. So beginning at 6 right here on Comcast Sports.
We reported earlier that Yan Gomes was put on the DL. The results of the MRI are back, and they expect him to miss 6 to 8 weeks. And for the Indians, a team who everybody said is going to be right there along with the 3 others in the division, that is a terrific blow to absorb. Very few people are deep enough to go 2 quality catchers deep.
That ball hit high, deep, way back. Torrey at the fence, jumps. You can put it on the board. Yeah. It's 3-1.
Well, for a pitcher who gave up 16 home runs all of last year, Hughes has already given up 3. Second home run for Adam LaRoche, who's going to hit 30-plus this year, I believe, coming out of 2 very much pitchers' ballparks in Atlanta and Washington, getting a chance now to play 81 games in a hitter's ballpark. And our forward home run replay, this one up and out away from LaRoche. And it's a 2-run lead. Story Hunter runs out of room.
Here's Avi. Avi had a terrific at bat. That's high into right field. Javi had a 9 or a 10 pitch at bat and just lined a single. So that's out number 1. That'll bring up Alexei. Had an RBI double back in the first. Well, our club did not hit a lot of home runs in spring training. They were working on the approach more so. And that's popped up right side. But where we first saw Adam break out some big time power was batting practice in Charlotte. I mean, he hit some landmarkers there.
There's never been any doubt that he's a home run hitter. But if you're playing in big ballparks or parks where the ball doesn't carry, you're going to hit your home runs. You're just not going to hit as many of them. And he's going to be real happy when he sees what it's like here as the weather gets warmer.
Well, he hit one to left center here. Now he's got one out there to right center. He hit 26 last year in that tough ballpark. Here's Connor. Struck out his first trip. And there's Mauer with a check that Plouffe with a nice catch, but the home run by LaRoche. We have finished 3. We lead at 3-1.
T-Mobile game changer, and we're going to concentrate on strikeouts per 9 innings in Sox history. You have to have a minimum of 150 innings, as you can see. 1, 2, and 3, all Chris Sale. Last year, 10.76. Javi Vasquez, right there. Juan Pizarro, way back in 1961. Chris Sale led the American League in strikeouts per 9 innings last year with 10 3/4.
First pitch to Torrey Hunter. Can't get it.
7 years ago, Torrey Hunter left the Twins to be a free agent. He's had a very strong career.
Been a terrific player. And that is just foul. Just one of those guys that you couldn't stand. Unless he was wearing your uniform. Then you loved him.
Well, knocking at the door of 40 years old, July 18th, his birthday. Still has some play left. And I know wearing that Tigers uniform, he didn't like to see him coming to bat. And speaking of the Tigers, they're leading the Indians 7-3 again. Miguel Cabrera, 3 for 3 with 2 home runs and 4 driven in. What a hitter.
That's up high. 1 and 2. Alexi.
Bring your family and friends out to the ballpark on Saturday, April 25th for Dia de la Familia. The White Sox are offering specially priced tickets on this day to celebrate Orgullo Sox. Be one of the first 20,000 fans to enter the ballpark to receive a special Jose Abreu Rookie of the Year blanket sponsored by Beggar's Pizza. To purchase tickets, visit whitesox.com/familia.
Yeah, backdoor breaking ball for a strike to Plouffe. Called out on strikes his first trip on the changeup. And there's another one. 0 and 2.
Chris does not waste a whole lot of time. He's standing on the mound, ready to get it and throw it as soon as the hitter gets in.
He gone.
In the case of Plouffe, he sees a backdoor slider for the first pitch, a straight change for the second pitch, a high fastball for the third pitch. 2 were borderline. 1 was out of the zone. He didn't have a chance to change his mind on anything. Chris didn't allow it.
That old motto that great pitchers used to have. And that's it. Hey, boys, if I get beat, I'm going to get beat in a hurry. Off the end of the bat. And that didn't take long. We go to the bottom of the 4th, leading 3-1.
Unlike any other. Sure, the Masters, but also the Masters pool that the White Sox have going on inside the clubhouse. Not unlike an NCAA tournament pool. These guys really into golf, especially some of the coaches. And when I talked to some of the players, they told me how it works. They have ping pong balls, just like an NBA draft. They all select a golfer, and then they watch them intently as the Masters goes on. Jeff Samardzija telling me he picked Rory McIlroy with the first overall pick. But who do you suppose has Jordan Spieth, who's trying to become the first wire-to-wire winner since 1976? None other than Robin Ventura. He can certainly appreciate Spieth, who has been complimented for being unfazed over the last few days despite some struggles. Sounds a lot like the start of this White Sox season, guys.
Sounds like my partner, too, who would pick Spieth after the second round. That's high into left field. And yes, now will make the catch.
I like Spieth a lot better after the third round, to be honest with you.
You like whoever was leading after the third round. Well, the young man has set some records down there in Augusta. Or as a lot of the natives say, Augusta.
Well, you love to see the next wave in any sport, whether it's a group of young players come to the major leagues to thrill the fans, or in golf, the heir apparent to the era of Tiger, who, by the way, is certainly playing well enough. But see these young guys burst on the scene, no fear, nothing rattles them. It's just great.
Well, that's commonplace in every sport now. You're getting younger and younger guys who are so talented, bigger, stronger, faster coming in. And first of all, they don't know half of the guys who are legends already that are still playing.
It's true.
We got guys, I guarantee we got guys in our clubhouse don't know who Mickey Mantle was. Micah reached on an arrow. There's the pitch he's got to learn to lay off of.
Well, you can pretty much tell in the two at-bats that the scouting report preceded him, because Hughes, who can throw down, is throwing nothing but up.
Oh, nice one-handed grab.
As you can see by the Honda pitch tracks, every pitch in the sequence has been up. The last one was way up and out of the zone. Now, he made a mistake there, because Kurt Suzuki wanted a fastball in and up. He threw it almost right down the middle, belt high. Watch where the 6 appears. That's a mistake he got away with.
Full count.
Adam waiting in the on-deck circle to see if number 1 speed burner can get on.
That ball hit hard, but they got a man there playing in perfectly. 2 down.
Adams going to take a long look at Escobar to see where he sets up, and he'll find him at the cut of the grass at third. Plouffe is a step in at first base and charging.
Little cutter right there for a strike. Oh, and 2. Yeah, it's great to see Tiger playing well. Wish him nothing but the best. Flips that one into left field. So Nunez will make all 3 putouts, and we're into the 5th, leading by 2.
Pitching line is sponsored by American Sail. 4 innings, 3 hits, the 1 earned run, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. Chris kept the pitches to a minimum last inning. Looking for more of the same as that young lady, certainly enjoying her day at the ballpark. You can't beat the concession stands. And bacon on a stick could be one of my favorites.
Here's Suzuki, lower third of their order. He'll be followed by Nunez and Robinson. First pitch strike, that one at 92, and that's his 57th pitch.
Chris has used his fastball anywhere from 92 to 98 today. Not a whole lot of pitchers can do that and do it effectively and keep the same release point and the same arm velocity.
Well, he came into this league with great mound presence. And you would think that nothing had happened, that he would have missed any starts or anything, because he still got it. And that's one thing, that the vibes between the hitter and the pitcher. Hitters don't like guys. You very seldom see a guy who works slow with nice mound presence. They don't have it.
Chris also has had a pretty good run against these Twins. He's 6-1 lifetime with an ERA under 2.5.
Kansas City is giving him a tough time, as Cleveland. Outside of that, not too many clubs giving Chris Sale much problems. Full count. Suzuki's seen a lot of pitches from Chris. Had a full count his first at bat and then hit a bullet in the center field. Eaton caught. Hit him on the fist, jammed himself, and he's not going to be able to get there in time.
Got to be careful going over toward the camera well, and that ball wasn't hit very high. Because ideally you'll have time to locate the rail and then set up and make the catch, because they didn't have that kind of time.
And he walks the leadoff hitter.
Sox fans, celebrate a special birthday or anniversary or host a business function in a Diamond Suite. Diamond Suites can accommodate groups from 10 to 100. Single game packages includes a great food menu as well as beverages and parking passes. To purchase, visit whitesox.com/groups.
First walk issued by Chris, and here is Nunez. Had a hustle double and scored a run. Takes it just off the plate. You got a sweeping breaking ball, rolling I should say, and hit it hard. Two-0. Carlos Rodon last night. And Charlotte went 5 innings, getting the win. 9 strikeouts.
Used a lot of straight changes as opposed to that devastating slider.
So home plate jumping around on Chris. There's one.
Nunez has spent the overwhelming majority of his career with the New York Yankees. Was up parts of 4 different seasons before coming to Minnesota last year.
He's always played well against us.
He's a .264 lifetime hitter, which is respectable.
Full count.
Robinson in the on-deck circle. Some of you might remember him from his days with the Cardinals.
He gone. Nice comeback right there by Chris.
Reached back, got a little something extra, up and in at 96, and the K zone is ecstatic. Good crisp fastball. Nunez can't lay off, and he comes roaring back from 3-0.
6 strikeouts now for Chris. Well, yesterday we had the shark cage down there with Smarja and the K zone today. So here is Robinson. With a high foul down the right field line, and Michael Johnson had a long way to go and got there. High in the left field. That's a can of corn. 2 down.
Danny Santana got off to a slow start in spring training. Just wasn't able to find any rhythm whatsoever. Started off this season rather slowly, but in this series he swung the bat well. The RBI double last time up in the 3rd. This young man, who hit over 300 in his rookie season last year, is going to be an excellent player.
But he's geared for it. He's got all the equipment. There's a change up for a strike. And there's a fastball. Souvenir right side, 0-2. There's a roller on the 0-2. Mistake, and Santana makes him pay. Chris hot at himself, as he should be. Here's Dozier. He's grounded to 3rd and struck out. Dozier now 5 for 21 lifetime against Chris with 5 hits. 2 of them left the ballpark. Three 6-0 for us, 1-4-2 for them. Straight back.
Dozier certainly has battled his way into one of the more valuable of the Twins. He was a swing player for a while. They didn't know quite what to make of him. But since May of 2013, he's consistently hit the ball out of the park, and he's got 20+ stolen base speed.
Yeah, teams don't like to get rid of guys who can cover the fastball like Dozier can.
Now, and he just worked his way, getting better and better defensively. If you're used to playing the left side of the infield, making that double play from the second base position where you have the runner bearing down on you from behind is not really comfortable until you get used to it.
Tyler's got to be on his toes. Just did get a piece of that change.
That was a good straight change, and it was a good 4 inches off the outside corner. So Dozier did a nice job of staying alive.
Once again, the 1-2. Right to the bag. Thank you very much. And that'll retire the side. We're halfway home. We lead it 3-1. Or is this taped? Our Chuck. I think we can go on to the next topic.
Well, it would get him in the game, and LaRoche in the game at National League parks. It would be an unusual sight, however.
Well, I know one thing. Steve and I both last spring heard that he was coming into spring training and he was not a good first baseman. Well, that was wrong. As that ball hit sharply and into left field for the base hit by Cabrera. So he's 2 for 3.
And I like what he did heading to first base and taking that big turn. He was putting the pressure on either Nunez or Robinson, whoever was going to get to it, and make sure that he handled it cleanly. Now watch Cabrera. He's hustling. He's taking a look, and then he accelerates. But the ball is handled cleanly. Robinson got it back into the infield, and he's held it first.
So here is Abreu. No, Jose played a very solid first base for us last year. Real good on pop-ups. There's a breaking ball that misses.
Well, we know he's an accurate thrower because we've seen some very strong 3-6-3 double plays. So with that kind of accuracy and a good arm, you know he's got pretty decent hands. It'd just be unusual to see him on that side of the infield.
I know one thing. Joe Torre made himself a pretty good third baseman.
He went from behind the plate.
Yeah. And Abreu would just blow his doors off in a race.
Joe hit 360, won a National League batting title in 1971, and I think he's still looking for his first infield hit.
Could not run a lick. And he yanks that one foul. I'll tell you the truth. I'm just happy to hear that he's willing to try it.
Well, I think keeping his bat and Adam LaRoche's bat in the same lineup is the principal motivating factor. And Jose is a team-oriented guy, and if the team is better with that configuration, I'm sure he'd give it a shot.
Well, you get a guy, if that did occur, that ball's into left center field, and that's going to fall. That's Nunez circling the wagon, so to speak. Watch out. Did not read that ball well at all. So first 2 men aboard, but the whole thing, if that were to occur, you got LaRoche who's going to hit probably 25 or 30 home runs at one corner, and then Abreu's going to hit 25 or 35 home runs at the other.
Big power on a daily basis, and now Hughes is meeting with Suzuki.
So he's 2 for 2, an RBI single in the first.
Here's our Xfinity high-speed action replay, and it comes off the bat of Adam LaRoche. Leading off the third inning, he got a fastball up and away. And Phil Hughes, for the third time this year, has surrendered the long ball.
Now that wind whipping around.
Well, the only guy in the outfield used to it in this park is Torrey Hunter. There is no doubt that Nunez has really been battling him in left field. And Robinson came over from the National League.
High pop up. Get it, Win. Get it, Win. And he drops it.
Suzuki didn't pick it up, and that's a play that Escobar probably could have made, but didn't get a break on it. The wind is just playing tricks with the baseball. And another life for Adam. It's ruled no play.
0-2 the count. You can see that one coming. I remember a game here a long time ago against Minnesota. Tom Kelly was the manager, and the wind was a day game. Wind was blowing like this. They did the same thing that the Twins today have done, and after the game, Kelly had a workout.
Those were days when you would do that on occasion.
Yeah. Got him.
Well, Adam wasn't particularly happy. You could understand it. That ball was a little wide. Take a look at it again. You see where the 4 appears on our Honda pitch tracks.
That's one of the few that Holbrook has missed today, but he definitely missed it. So here's Garcia, 1 for 2. Javi, first inning single and a 9-pitch at bat. Then he popped up to right field in the third. Not check it up, and he's in the big hole. Nothing in 2. Alexei on deck. Just joining us, we had 2 in the first, 1 in the third. They scored theirs in the third.
Aaron Thompson, who we've seen in this series, warming up in the pen as Phil Hughes has delivered his 82nd pitch. And they've been a lot of them under duress, notably in that first inning when he gave up 5 hits. So the pitch is starting to pile up for Hughes.
Two on, 1 out, 2-2 the count. Two down. So the third strikeout for Hughes, and that'll bring up Alexei, who was 1 for 2 in RBI double.
I don't think Nunez can get any deeper without being on the warning track. So he figures as a shortstop he can possibly come in a lot better than he can go out. And there's a lot of room to dump one into left field.
For the most part, when you play a guy out of position, going from the infield to the outfield, that's what you want him to do. Play deep and come in. Head ball, high, stretch, stay fair, got it.
That one hugged the line and was fair for a long time before that wind at the very last instant pushed it foul. Take another look at it. As you can see, I mean by an eyelash on the left side of the line. And Lexi misses a 3-run homer by the length of a finger. Phil Hughes, on the other hand, breathing a sigh of relief.
The 1-1 pitch.
That would have been home run number 100 for Alexi.
So he missed it by inches, and this is popped up and caught. We'll go to the 6th, leading 3-1. Hawks will tee it up in Nashville, 7 p.m. right here on Comcast Sportsnet. That's Wednesday, 7 p.m. in Nashville. Top of the 6th inning. 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors for our Sox. 1 run, 4 hits, 2 errors for their Twins. Mauer, Hunter, and Plouffe. Sweeper. 0-1. Mauer has singled and he has struck out.
Pitch number 82 on the way for Chris Sale, and feeling pretty good because nobody's up in the bullpen.
Well, you got a couple of guys out there that need a backhoe to get them off that mound. It's Chris and Samardzija.
And that's why you just don't ask them too many questions about how they're feeling, because they're probably going to answer in the affirmative, regardless of how many pitches they've thrown.
Well, as a rule, the hitters will tell them how he's feeling.
White Sox fans, celebrate your Mexican heritage at the ballpark on May 5th with Cinco de Miller, presented by Miller Lite. The White Sox are offering specially priced tickets to celebrate Cinco de Mayo with a pregame on-the-field musical performance. Enjoy Tex-Mex treats during the game and a post-game fireworks show set to Mexican music, presented by Miller Lite. To purchase tickets, visit whitesox.com/Cinco.
Here's Torrey, 0 for 2.
Torrey's got 192 home runs in that Minnesota Twins uniform. That places him 8th in team history. His 18 home runs in this park is tied for 2nd among all visiting players.
Laid off that one, would not chase it. He chased in the first inning. It's in the hole. Alexei. Nope. So that'd be a base hit for Torrey. And here's Plouffe. Struck out on a changeup. Struck out on a fastball. And 90th pitch at 94. Count, 0-2.
No sunshine today as ballpark, with a lot of clouds overhead, making the visibility pretty good, although Trevor Plouffe to this point is just not picking it up well. And although he was 8 for 24 lifetime against Chris coming in, so far he's been mystified. And this is one of their more powerful hitters.
He gone. Yeah.
He's got the hat trick. And I don't think Chris will be around for the golden sombrero, but he completely handcuffed Plouffe today.
So here's Eduardo Escobar. Proud new papa. It's grounded to first and grounded to short. Now 3 of the 5 hits that Chris has given up have been on breaking pitches.
You'd have to believe that although he was throwing all this time, that he was on the DL. The breaking pitch is going to be the last one to come to him because of the snap and the arm strength you have to have and what you have to do with your wrist. So I expect a couple starts down the road we'll be seeing the real Sale slider. This is a good one today, just not his best.
2-0 the count. And there's a strike on the chain.
You don't see a lot of power pitchers, and Chris Sale is certainly that, able to throw a 2-0 changeup and get it over the plate.
Yes. Well, he's got 3 power pitches. His changeup is a power change. Certainly his fastball and his slider. That's why he's Chris Sale.
Why he's one of the best in the business. And still very young.
2-2 pitch. He gone. And that'll retire the side. And it airs tonight at 7 on Comcast Sportsnet. And, of course, if you happen to miss it at 7, it comes right back on when they re-rack it tonight. They tell us that it's really good.
And Chris Sale's day is done. And this is the first quality start by any Sox starting pitcher this year. Now, there should be another category because yesterday's start by Jeff Samardzija, after 4 early, going 7 innings, was as quality a start as you'll see. But it doesn't fall into the prescribed 6 innings with 3 earned runs or less.
That's why numbers in baseball can be the most misleading things. That start by Samardzija yesterday was one that those are the kind of games that you have to win if you're going to contend. And you got to have guys out on that bump with the stones to do it and come back and shut them down.
Well, it could very well have turned around the ball club because down 4-0, if you fold up the 10th there, it's going to be real tough going 0-5, looking at 5-0 Kansas City, 5-0 Detroit. With Detroit seemingly ready to go 6-0 against the Indians, leading 7-3 in the top of the 8th.
Gillespie. 1 out.
Last 2 years, 5 pitchers in the major leagues have had 200 or more strikeouts. And look at that company. King Felix, Clayton Kershaw, the aforementioned Chris Sale, and Jeff Samardzija, along with the very wealthy Max Scherzer. Clayton Kershaw got hit as hard as we've seen by the Arizona Diamondbacks last night. Paul Goldschmidt, who's just an outstanding hitter, took him deep, and he lost.
Flowers looped out to second and popped up to left. 3-1 Sox here in the bottom of the 6th.
In fact, the 2 premier left-handed starters in the National League, Madison Bumgarner and Clayton Kershaw, both got roughed up.
Well, if they do it again, send them on over here. We'll take it.
There's no doubt. Bumgarner only went 3 innings, which for him, as we know, is a rarity. One of the few times in his career.
One of the great performances in World Series history.
And that is a look at Javi Guerra. And you would assume he's going to come into this. He will have worked for the 3rd time this young season in just 6 games.
Two-two pitch right there.
Well, Tyler didn't like the call, but that one had the whole plate. Take another look at pitch tracks. Watch where 6 shows up.
Well, actually, I think the only pitch that Sam has missed today was that one on Adam LaRoche.
And from Hughes, that was a cutter, and a lot of guys are starting to use the cutter if they're a right-hand pitcher inside the right-hand hitters.
Right back to him, and they just do get him. Got a 1-2-3 inning, and we're into the 7th, leading 3-1.
Stadium Club offers breathtaking views of U.S. Cellular Field and delicious food and beverage options for you to enjoy prior and during White Sox games. Purchase a First Merit Bank Stadium Club membership by calling 312-674-1000. So we've got some changes for the Sox. Javi Guerra comes into the ball game. On for the third time, and he's been pretty good. Limited action, of course, but 2 hits in 1 1/3 innings and nothing across yet, with Gordon Beckham taking over defensively at third base. A 2-run lead. Chris Sale was absolutely brilliant. 6 innings, a run on 5 hits with just 1 walk and 8 strikeouts to delight the K-zone down the left field line.
Suzuki takes strike 1.
Javi, when he was young with the Dodgers, had a blazing fastball. It's still good. And he always had a very big, sharp-breaking, over-the-top curveball, which was more 12-6 than some of the conventional 3/4 curveballs.
Suzuki takes strike 2. Sox 2 in the first, 1 in the third. Minnesota's one coming in the third. It is 3-1 Sox. He almost walked right into that one.
Well, the normal progression is throw one up and in and then throw a curveball. And he did push him off the plate as Suzuki was looking for something away. This is an outside fastball. Let's see if he can get it there.
That's fouled. And Souvenir.
It's Aaron Roan, Jermaine Dye, Paul Konerko, and Joe Creedy. Those are the mascots on the 2005 team. Looked like Aaron Roan won the first race. If Paul wins one, we'll know that there was.
We'll have a scoop.
That it was certainly an inside job.
That's top foul.
Dan Jennings loosening up in the pen. Still only a 2-run ball game. Chris Sale left 9 outs to cover. Yesterday, Jeff Samardzija left 6. And the bullpen with Duke and Robertson was equal to the task yesterday afternoon.
Full count.
Second time Suzuki has walked, and he's the only Twin to have walked.
The dreaded leadoff walk. And here's.
Looks like Jordan Schaefer.
That's who it is. On a pinch hit for Nunez, who was 1 for 2. Schaefer was 2 for 9 in the first 2 games.
Twins bullpen up and going with Thompson, the left-hander, as well as Dunsing, another left-hander, but he's kind of drifted off somewhat.
One ball, one strike.
Schaefer from just up the road in Hammond, Indiana. Had 2 runs batted in on a base hit in the opener. After his base hit yesterday, he was thrown out trying to steal.
And the count 3-1. Pop up. And one out.
Hey, White Sox fans, for great seats, get to StubHub, where there are no surprise fees at checkout. On StubHub, the price you see is the price you pay. StubHub, the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Chicago White Sox.
Oswaldo Arcia has come out to hit for Robinson.
And you would think they would probably bring Jennings in, but we'll see what Robin has in mind. They've announced Arcia, and that's important. You got to wait for the announcement. And sometimes you'll just have to wait a bit. But the announcement was made. That brings Robin out from the dugout, which means that Jennings is going to come in from the bullpen.
That was a nice comeback on Schaefer from that 3-1 count to get him on that pop-up. So Javi will depart. Jennings comes on, and we'll be back.
Our Honda call to the pen is Dan Jennings, and last time we saw him, he was absolutely brilliant. 2 innings, give him a couple of hits, but the stuff was crisp. And the best fastball we've seen, and even though the numbers are up there, Last time out, he threw 2 scoreless innings in the game that New USA started. It was the opener of the series and the season opener for the Sox.
So 1-0 and 1 out. Sox lead it 3-1. And Arcia, 24-year-old, very strong left-handed hitter. Checks it up, takes the strike. All right, back, take your time. Rackable. Yes. Good job by Jennings. 7th inning stretch. We lead it 3-1.
White Sox Charities in celebrating the 10-year anniversary of the 2005 World Series by purchasing a commemorative brick in Championship Plaza at U.S. Cellular Field. A limited number of bricks are available. For more information, visit whitesoxcharities.org/brickplaza. Jordan Schaefer stays in the game to play center field. Oswaldo Arcia stays in the game, and he's going to play left field. And we've got a new pitcher into the ball game. And we've seen Thompson earlier in the series. He came on yesterday for an inning and a third, struck out 1. They were spotless. It was a 4-up, 4-down performance. And there you look at the numbers. On for the 3rd time. Paul Molitor has a luxury in that he's got a bullpen full of lefties. And day and age when most managers like to mix and match, he's got the guys to do it.
As first pitch strike to Adam Eaton. Adam 0 for 3.
And we noticed yesterday that Thompson throws straight over the top. Not the usual situational left-hander who's side-wheeling.
Well, that's better for the left-handed hitter, but for the right-handed hitter, you'd like to see that out there, three-quarter angle.
Very much so.
As he gets him, 1 out. There's Cabrera. He's 2 for 3. Pitch. Pops it up and over the head and caught. Good concept.
It's Zach Duke loosening up in the pen. Zach came on yesterday, taking it over from Jeff Samardzija. Pitched a very strong 8th and turned it over to Robertson, who pitched an overwhelming 9th. 3 up, 3 strikeouts.
Abreu 2 for 3. It's been a long time since we've seen one of our closers come in and go 1, 2, 3 in the 9th. Especially with 3 punch-outs.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive. Get everything over the plate.
Pull the string on it. Two out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The ball high and deep in the left center field. Stretch! Stretch! He just missed it. But we're into the 8th, still leading 3-1. Good morning. Our good guys take the field in Cleveland for a matinee with the Indians. Coverage starts at 10:30 a.m. 10:30 a.m. on Comcast Sportsnet.
For the second time in as many days, Zach Duke comes into the ball game. On for the third time. He got the win yesterday. And it makes it a whole lot easier if Robin knows that he can go to Duke most of the time in the 8th inning before turning it over to Robertson.
Well, it's the first time since he's been managing here that he's had some options like this. Santana, RBI double. Coming into third, single, takes a strike.
In 106 games, he's had 40 multi-hit games. And that's why the Twins really like him.
Well, anybody doesn't like this young man's in the wrong profession.
Hit .319 last year. Pretty strong. 20 stolen bases in just 101 games.
Short arms most of his throws from shortstop position until he goes in the hole. Then he comes right over the top, and he has a gun.
Tried for a backdoor breaking ball, but that one stayed low and out of the zone. This is a changeup. Let's see if we can get him out in front. He did.
He gone. One out.
Follow live White Sox baseball in 2015 with MLB.com at bat on your smartphone or tablet. Stay connected wherever you are with the MLB.tv Game of the Day, in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay previews, radio broadcasts, and more. Browse the app's new features, including StatCast tracking videos and bilingual access for Spanish-speaking fans. Download MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball.
Here's Dozier. Couple of ground balls to third and a strikeout. Takes first pitch strike. Two-one pitch, outfield, straight up, spread out about equidistant. And that's into short center field. You misread it. Come on, can't get there.
Bad break by Adam. He broke back a good 2 or 3 steps. And then the wind just batted it down. He couldn't get to it. See how many steps he went back before realizing that it was going to fall in front of him.
Here's Mauer. He's 1 for 3. Takes first pitch strike. Fastball from Zach Duke. Oh, yeah. 0-2. Nice breaking ball. Guerra in left, Eaton in center, Garcia in right, Beckham, Alexei, Johnson, Abreu. Around the horn, the battery of Flowers and Duke. Full count. Big pitch right here.
Second strike of the at bat was a sweeping curveball down and out of the zone that Mauer swung at. Zach did not go back to it until that pitch, which he was able to foul off and stay alive.
Yeah, he swung at that just like Zach threw it. Mauer is a smart hitter. Fouls that one away. Of course, the smartest hitter in this league, probably in all of baseball, in that Detroit Tiger uniform.
All he did was go 4 for 4 today.
He's the smartest hitter to come in this league since Manny Ramirez.
His batting average is .520. Fairly strong.
Once again, the payoff pitch. And once again, a souvenir left side.
And behind Miguel Cabrera and J.D. Martinez, Detroit stayed undefeated, sweeping Cleveland in Cleveland to run their record to 6-0.
Kansas City leading the Angels 4-1, bottom of the third, out in the Big A. And that's into center field, so that's going to fall. Good read right there. Dozier. Meanwhile, runners at the corners and 1 out.
Good battling at bat for Joe Mauer. This pitch is low and out of the zone. He's able to take it right back up the middle. Tying runs aboard. And an inviting double play target in Torrey Hunter.
Torrey 1 for 3, had that infield single back in the 6th inning. High, foul, and out of play. 0-2 the count to Torrey.
Torrey's been trying to pull everything today, and normally Gordon might want to play him a couple of steps to his left, kind of seal up that hole between him and Ramirez, but you can't play him there because it's a no double set. You've got to guard the line and make sure Mauer can't score on a double down the line.
Ate him up. They're going to come to the plate. Can't get it.
That's a bad play by Jose, only in that it came with a lot of spin. It was a bare hand throw. And if you take the out at first, you got 2 outs, you still have a 1-run lead.
First rule of baseball is you got to catch the ball. We have not done that this inning. So it's a 3-2 ball game. And of course, catching the ball means making the right play. So Duke made a good pitch.
Duke's had a good inning. Should
be out of it.
Should be sitting on the bench.
Yep. Yep.
And Don Cooper wants that bullpen up and going.
First pitch strike to Plouffe.
Matt Albert is throwing in the pen. And that last play off the bat of Torrey Hunter was ruled a fielder's choice.
Very quickly to count 0-2.
Hunter drives in his first run of the year.
High pop-up. Alexa, infield fly rule is called. 2 down. So we're going to give them 5 outs this inning.
Let's hope to get out of it with the lead.
Tyler out to talk to Zach. This guy at the plate is a tough little cookie, especially against us. Eduardo Escobar. So Maurer at second. Torrey Hunter at first. Strike. 1-1.
Took a little something off that one and had Escobar well out in front of it. Now 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning.
Full count to Escobar.
Kurt Suzuki in the on-deck circle, and the runners will have the added advantage of being off with the pitch, which gives him a couple of extra steps and makes it pretty difficult to throw Mauer out at the plate. Zach has had to work hard this one inning of work.
Well, when you're giving him 5 outs, you're going to throw a few. Ground ball. Micah, yes! And Zach pitches out of it. They come up with one. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th, leading 3-2.
Thank you, Art Chuck. So there you see it. It's a 3-2 game. Sox about hit the Twins 8-7. A couple of errors by the Twins. And it's going to come down to Robertson once again trying to subdue him, but they could certainly like an insurance run.
Adam LaRoche is 2 for 3, RBI single and a homer.
Just as we promised you earlier in the game, it's Miller time. Brought to you by Miller Lite. It came in the first inning, and it's an RBI base hit off the bat of Adam LaRoche. The first inning run the Sox have scored all year.
One and two the count. Garcia on deck, Alexei in the hole.
There's a man who came on and worked so brilliantly yesterday, David Robertson. Coming off a year where he saved 39 for the Yankees. He doesn't have to duplicate 3 strikeouts, but 3 outs would be really nice.
One down. Second strikeout for Thompson. And here comes Paul Molitor.
He wants to go to the right-hander with Garcia and Ramirez coming in. So for the second straight day, Aaron Thompson faces 4 men, retires 4 men, and another strong outing for him. So we'll step out and be back after these messages. Blaine Boyer. We saw him for 2/3 of an inning. That coming yesterday, gave up a run on 3 hits. And he's going to look in at Avi. There you look at the numbers so far, on for the 4th time, so he's been a busy man out of the pen. Originally developed by the Atlanta Braves organization.
He comes in with nobody on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. 3-8-0 for our guys, 2-7-2 for their guys. Up the middle, into center field for a base hit. So Avi's now 2 for 4. $23,057 in the house.
Well, they've been loud and they've been enthusiastic.
They've had a right to be. We scored 2 in the first. Chris Sale on the mound.
Nice matchup today, Sale and Hughes.
Stars are all in order.
They both lived up to their billing. Both of them threw very well. Chris got the better of Hughes, but this one not decided yet.
So here's Alexei. He's 1 for 3. That RBI double had him off balance. Pulled the string out in front. Gordon Beckham on deck. Decent lead by Avi. There he goes. Goes high, he's safe.
And now base stealers 5 for 5 against the Twins. Something that the Sox haven't been able to do is take advantage of Suzuki having some problems throwing out base stealers. Avi gets a nice jump. The throw is high and well in under the tag. So a big insurance run in scoring position. Look at Vince Coleman, who's been working with all of the base runners on every aspect of base running, not just stealing bases.
I just love the fact that Vinny has got these guys thinking in an aggressive mode.
We saw it today in the little thing that didn't turn into anything, and that was a very aggressive turn by Melky Cabrera. Waiting to read if it was fielded cleanly, if it was gotten back toward the infield. Otherwise, you go back to first base.
Well, that goes with the aggressive mode. Yeah. That's what he did in spring training, getting these guys to thinking. There are many issues and elements that go into defining a team or an organization, and certainly base running is one of them. Outfield really spread out. Huge gap out there in left center. Torrey Hunter shallow in right, as he should be. Suzuki with a nice block. Off day tomorrow, then Tuesday morning. We'll tee it up against the Tribe in Cleveland for a brief 2-game set. I checked that Tuesday is a night game, and Wednesday is the morning game. Full count. The game on Tuesday is going to be over WPWR Channel 50. On Wednesday, right back here on Comcast Sportsnet. Base hit. Yes. Javi's being waved around, and he will score. It's a 4-2 ball game. Alexei.
Four runs batted in from the 6th spot in the batting order. This is a 3-2 little slider that stays on the outer third. He takes it by a diving Santana and no chance at all to get Garcia. So the stolen base and the base hit produce a run, and things a little easier for David Robertson.
And here's Beckham making his first plate appearance. Like I say, just a static lead now. Gets down in his crouch. Yeah, pitchers, do you think they will ever learn the 3-2 get me over breaking balls usually don't work? Do you think they ever will?
I think that you get more guys looking for it today than ever before because it's been forthcoming, and that last particular slider didn't do a lot.
Gordon, good pass. Yeah, get me over breaking ball usually doesn't. It's the spinner, spiral, hanger.
I got to figure it's a thought process more than anything else, because you get first base open. You throw him your best breaking ball, whatever it is. If you walk him, you walk him. And you take a chance on Gordon Beckham hitting into a double play. But if you spin one up there that isn't your best just to get it over the plate, you wind up with something that looks like that.
See what Molitor wants to do here. A little bigger lead now by Alexei. Long set. Boyer's doing exactly what he should right here. That's all your big base stealers, guys who, they'll tell you the best way in the world to keep them there or not go is hold a ball on them.
Vince Coleman told me that was the one thing a pitcher could do which upset his rhythm.
That ball hit hard. Stay fair. Stay fair. It will. You can. Put it on the board. Yes. 2-run homer by Beckham. And the Sox lead it 6-2.
Gordon came in for defense, and as it turned out, a big part of the offense. A line drive rocket just over the wall in left field. Our fourth home run replay. This another slider that stays over the middle of the plate, and Gordon unloads.
So here is Tyler. And Jeff Shearers picked the click slot. A 2-run homer. There's a shot base hit. Tyler now 1 for 4. It's all Lane Boyer.
And here comes Paul
And here
Molitor.
he comes.
When your bullpen is struggling, you just can't look like a real good manager. Your bullpen gets everybody out, you look like a real good manager. So we'll take a break and be back after these messages. It's our Honda call to the pen, and it is Brian Dunsing. We saw him in the season opener. On for the third time. Nobody's done much with him yet. 4 straight hits here in the 8th. Have made things a whole lot more comfortable.
Micah Johnson. Still just 1 out. First and third him. Micah. And once again, if you're just joining us and did not hear, our Carlos Rodon last night picked up a win. Going 5 innings, 9 strikeouts. Charlotte won the ball game 2-1. Check that, 4-2. One and two the count. Two out.
Zach Putnam throwing in the pen, and in a non-save situation, you'd probably think that he would come in the game.
Here's Adam. Adam 0 for 4. Takes first pitch strike. High pop up left side. Santana making the call, has the ball. And that'll retire the side, but not before. RBI single by Alexei. 2-run homer by Beckham. We'll go to the 9th leading 6-2.
AT&T Uverse Multiview, and it's yesterday's performance by David Robertson. He came in to try to nail down the first Sox win, and one strikeout, and the second strikeout, and number 3 ends it, the first win of the year, and a big day for David Robertson. He comes on today because sometimes when a manager gets his closer up and heated up, he wants to see him in the game, especially and most importantly with the off day tomorrow.
And a lot of times it's the closer himself that once he gets up and gets heated, he wants in. So here's Suzuki. Bird is lined out hard to center field. Walked a couple of times. Schaefer on deck. Garcia in the hole. First pitch strike. 6-12-0 for our guys. 2-7-2 for their Twinkies. To the count.
If you watch the natural fastball of David Robertson, you'll realize that it has a little cut action to it, meaning it's going to move away from the right-hand hitters and into the lefties. And he sat in that New York bullpen and looked at the master of that particular pitch, Mariano Rivera, for quite some time. No wonder that he throws one very similar to his.
Well, if he didn't, shame on him.
Then he didn't learn much watching arguably the greatest of all time.
And did it with everybody who walked in that box knew what was coming.
Yeah, they might as well have told him, hey, it's a cutter. Good luck.
Unbelievable. Really unbelievable. That's softly hit into right center field. 1 out. Here's Schaefer. Been to the plate one time, popped up to Beckham. There's the strike. 2-1. That one at 94. He gone. 2 down.
That fastball up and out of the zone. And what he did was change eye levels. He stayed down with 3 pitches, went up with 2, especially the wipeout pitch. And if you get some late movement, and David has that, and you're changing eye levels, you're going to have a lot of success.
That's becoming more and more apparent each and every passing year now that hitters, if that's fisted out into right field, when this ball comes down, this ball game will be over. So Chris Sale will pick up the victory, and Steve, what a great joy it was to see our ace out on that bump again.
Gives you a sense of security when your number one is ready to go, and Sale is just that. And now Sale, Samardzija, and Quintana, 1, 2, and 3, are the equal or the better of any threesome in baseball, and it's great to see the big guy back.
And our player of the game indeed is 26-year-old southpaw Chris Sale, our player of the game. So for my partner Steve Stone, our director Jim Angio, our producer John Walgren, our associate producer Chris Kamka, our technical manager Mark Harper, also for Mike Mayer, Frank D'Amato, Frank Leone, Doug Bullard, the mayor Mean Joe Grew, and our executive producer Jim Corno Jr. This is a Hawk. So long, everybody. Coming up next, Subaru Postgame Live with Chuck and Bill. You've been watching White Sox baseball right here on Comcast Sportsnet.